Hi guys, welcome to this week's Laser Talk. We're going to be talking about two Laserdiscs this week, and the first one is True Lies, an awesome widescreen Dolby Digital surround sound release. Fantastic movie, love this gatefold here. So again, another cool one to have on Laserdisc. The packaging, great, and everything from the sound to the visuals, great transfer, great sound. I mean, absolutely fantastic. This, to me, I love just as much quality-wise as the DVD, and then it's much more collectible here. A fantastic movie, James Cameron and Arnold Schwarzenegger team up, and that's always a winning formula. That's just, it's fantastic. Great director with a great actor from the perfect time period for action comedy adventures. Great movie, and it has an amazing cast. This is one flick where I really enjoy so many of the supporting roles, and it comes together to make something that is in many ways beyond a lot of regular Arnold action movies. This to me feels like something almost bigger that is added an extra layer of comedy, an extra layer of flavor with that Arnold performance. Jamie Lee Curtis is great in this movie. I think she actually won a couple awards for it for being a great supporting actress. She plays the wife to Arnold's character, who is a rough and tumble international spy, total badass, 80s action movie type star who is balancing that with his family life, who his wife and daughter think that he's a computer salesman and boring, and Jamie Lee Curtis plays this perfect wife who's bored with her life and her mundane career, thinking she's married to this really boring guy, and starts to seek out action and a possible affair with a really cool Bill Paxton cameo, who plays a fantastic character, who is one of those like goofy you love to hate guys. And to me, it's kind of weird saying this, but I actually think that's one of his best performances he's ever given. He's obviously just a little side character, but I honestly think he played it so perfectly. I think it is honestly one of his better performances, if not one of his best. And that's saying a lot because I love Twister, but everyone who is in this does a good job. Even people I don't like. I really don't like Tom Arnold. There's something about Tom Arnold that just rubs me the wrong way. I just don't like him, but he plays a very well-written character, and he plays it well and makes a great sidekick and a balance to Arnold's character, particularly in the first half of the movie. So even people that I don't really like do a great job. You even have Charlton Heston is in here playing basically a grumpy old Nick Fury as their boss, and I think the best thing about the entire movie, great special effects, lots of great action, good comedy, perfect balance of all of that, and it is just a big summer blockbuster type movie that is just fantastic and quality all the way through. But the absolute best part through the whole thing for me is the perfect balance of that over-the-top action comedy with the family drama and all of these, spying on each other, trying to balance his work and family life and lying to his wife, and then as she realizes what his actual career path is, just Jamie Lee Curtis does a perfect transition of that character going through this process of figuring out who her husband really is. And that balance to me is the star of this movie. To me, that is the best thing. It is done so well. And to me, overall, as much as I love Arnold and it's an Arnold movie, I do think that when it comes down to it, I think Jamie Lee Curtis probably has the best appearance in this movie. I think she does the best job with that character. Everything from the beginning to the end, and seeing the change in between, and that strip tease scene is amazing because it does a really good job of, it's very enticing and sensual and sexual, but at the same time it's kind of goofy and kind of funny as she's trying to keep this bug she's supposed to plant by the phone, and she's this awkward woman trying to get out of her shell and do this thing she doesn't really want to do, and the different tension of the completely different perspectives of what Arnold's character sees is like happening in a situation and what Jamie Lee Curtis thinks is happening in the situation. That to me is one of the better moments. Lots of great fight scenes. I love the chase with the horse, Arnold chasing after a guy on a motorcycle through the hotel, a bathroom fight scene, the explosions on the bridge. If you like action movies, particularly Arnold action movies, this is one of the better ones. It's definitely one of my favorites of his. To be honest, I could probably say top 5 without even really thinking about it. I could say this is definitely more than likely in my top 5 for Arnold. But again, an amazing LaserDisc release as always. So fantastic gatefold here, looks great. Not a whole lot in the form of extras, theatrical trailer at the end, that type of thing, but great release. Even some of the smaller supporting people, I mean, just everything is done really well, and Also, you have a lot of eye candy. I mean, even if you don't like Jamie Lee Curtis, but Tia Carrere is in this, and yeah, that's automatically like what guy's not going to stop in their tracks when they see that walking by a TV. But it's a great movie overall, wonderful, and an amazing Laserdisc release. I'm glad I have that, and right now I think I watched it on DVD, well, VHS first a long time ago, and then on DVD. Didn't see it in theaters, but now having it on Laserdisc, I say that's definitely my preferred way to watch it, and not just because I love Laserdisc, I actually like the way it looks and sounds on this release. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Moving on to something completely different, but another one that I just watched recently that I haven't seen in a long time, and that's kind of where I'm trying to keep a lot of these. I'm watching a lot of Laserdisc lately, but I'm trying to talk more about ones that I'm either watching for the first time ever on Laserdisc or for the first time in a long time on Laserdisc, stuff I haven't seen in 10 years plus, and one of those would be Pretty Woman. And I know a lot of people probably don't like Julia Roberts that are big Arnold fans. It just seems to be what I've encountered lately, is that there's two very different camps with Julia Roberts. You either love her or you hate her. Very few people that are kind of like in between or indifferent, just from my experience talking to people. It seems to go one way or the other. But to me, I like a lot of Julia Roberts' more mainstream hits, more mainstream roles, particularly in the 90s. That to me is the time period where I actually do like a lot of her stuff there. Erin Brockovich, I love her in Hook as Tinkerbell. Pretty Woman, obviously, here. A whole bunch of different, just ones from that time period. Runaway Bride, My Best Friend's Wedding. Going on with a whole bunch of them, but just that period in Julia Roberts' career, I tend to like a lot of roles that she's in. Not so much now. Kind of don't really like a lot of the roles she's taken lately, in the past like 15 years or so at least. But this is always one of my favorites, and this is one I saw probably younger than I should have. I forget what year this came out, but again, a good Laserdisc release. Nothing too incredibly special about this one, but a good quality release, good video, good sound, a great movie. And this to me has always stood out, and I think part of why it is such an iconic movie is not just the performances by Richard Gere and Julia Roberts and how well the film was made, but I think because the subject matter, it's a topic that more often than not is tackled more as a drama. The idea of the prostitute, the man falling in love with a prostitute, sometimes presented as the trying and save her. That's something that's been around since the beginning of film. In one way or another, the focus, the story on the female prostitute is a storyline that just seems never to get old. But the majority of the time, it is a really well done drama. That's usually the focus. And I tend to find when they go a little bit more of a comedic route with that subject matter, it just doesn't hold up as well. For some reason, I mean, it's more of just a personal observation, but majority of times when the main storyline takes the focus of a prostitute, I tend to like more of the drama ones. The more comedic focuses aren't normally as good. There are a few good examples, obviously, but few and far between, and particularly at this time period, this is the only one I can think of that does a really, really good job. And it's a movie that I've always enjoyed. It's just an enjoyable comedy, good dramatic moments, but overall I do think of it more as almost a fluff movie in kind of way, nothing to take too horribly serious, but I enjoyed it. I love Julia Roberts from this time period. I do remember one thing that was always kind of funny with me. Overall, Pretty Woman, it's funny, passionate, charming, just kind of an enjoyable movie. Again, it's not one that's going to make you think about it afterwards. You're not going to be contemplating the meaning of the movie and that type of thing, but it's a good, enjoyable, iconic movie that I've always really liked. I haven't seen it in a long time, and it was one that I kind of was wondering when I put it in, and am I going to like it as much as I remember liking it when I first saw it? And thankfully I did. I really do like it. I think it holds up really well, and it's just one of those kind of fun movies with an actress who I think is very much, love her or hate her, you like her movies or you don't like her. And for me, I do like Julia Roberts. So this week, True Lies and Pretty Woman, two very different movies, but two that I really enjoyed watching again, and some great quality Laserdiscs. And I'll see you guys next time with some more, and hopefully my wife's going to be on here next week for one. We wanted to do one a while ago, it just didn't work out, so hopefully, I'm pretty sure next Friday she's going to be on here for a couple LaserDisc, and definitely check back between then. I have a couple of video game things coming out next week, so I'll see you guys next time, and always make sure to go back and check some previous Laser Talk videos, some good stuff with my brother, and we just put up a pickups video with a whole bunch of LaserDisc, some that you're going to see on future Laser Talk episodes. Lots of great stuff, and I'll see you guys around.